Hello all, my name is Hitesh Damani and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today I'm back with another important concept in SQL. You guys might have heard about median, which is an important concept in data science as well, to treat outliers. But today we will see like how we can calculate median in SQL. So make sure you watch the video till end and please subscribe to the channel if not already done yet. So as we can see, basically we have this particular data set, right? And in this particular data set, we have like school, teacher, like basically set score level details, right? So basically we have like student ID, and for that particular student, like what are like various scores in set, right? So we have different set writing scores, we have set verbal score, we have set math score. Along with that, like we have like some general random information of the like student, right? So number of hours he had studied, we have like exam ID as well, and we have like average set score as well, right? So basically this is the data set, and based on this particular data set, we had been asked, basically we have to output all the student IDs whose median score is like whose set writing score is equal to the median score, right? So as we can see, basically we have this set writing score over here, right? So basically we have to calculate median score, and we have to find, or we have to fetch only those student IDs whose set writing score is equal to median score, right? So as we are already aware about that, like how what is median basically, right? Or like what are median scores, right? So let me just quickly show you, like basically in order to calculate median, right? So what we have to do, we have to first of all arrange the data set into ascending order, right? So that is something which we have to do and which is mandatory for sure, right? Now, like let's say we have arranged our data into ascending order, then what we have to do, basically, we have to observe like the number of records we have, right? So if the number of records are odd, then basically this will be the formula, which is like count of observations plus 1 divided by 2. So whatever observations are there, we have to do a count of them, we have to like add 1 into that, and we have to divide that by 2, right? So this will be the formula if the number of observations are odd, right? Let's say if the number of observations are even, so basically this will be the formula, which is like count of observations. Then we have to do count of observations by 2, add 1 into that, and then basically we have to divide the entire value with 2, right? So basically like this is the formula in order to calculate median, right? So over here, let me just quickly see like what are the count of, or like are the number of records even or odd, right? So for that I'm quickly doing count of like number of records. So as we can see, like count of records are odd, right? So for that, for sure we will use this formula over here, right? So for that, let me just quickly show you how we will be able to deal with this particular problem, right? So since basically we have to do count of observations over here, right? So for that, as we can see, we have this ID, we have this student ID as well, right? So basically this student ID is nothing but the ID of that particular student. And this is like, this particular ID is some random ID which is available, right? So for that, like since we don't have index value available over here, right? So basically in order to get that index value, we all know like we are having a ranking functions in SQL, right? So in order to get that particular index value, we have like row number, rank, and dense rank, right? So basically, since we have to get just a index value, so for that, we can use like row number over here, right? So let me just quickly show you how we will be able to proceed with this particular problem statement. So since we need student ID, right? So it will be student ID, and along with that, like we need based on this average set score, we have to calculate the median, right? So for that, I will fetch like average set score as well, right? And for that, I am creating the that index value as well. So for that, I am using row number, right? Row number over, right? Since we have to like take all the student IDs over here, so I'm not using any partition by over here, but for sure, like we have to arrange the data set into ascending order, right? So for that, I have to do order by, right? So over, I'm doing order by on what? Order by on average set, right? So basically, no, like over here, basically we have to like fetch median for set writing score. So for that, I will use set writing as a in order by basically, right? So basically, I'm using order by like set writing, right? And I will give it as alias as num, right? Let me just quickly run this particular query and we'll show you how our output will look like. So as we can see, we have student ID, we have average set, and we have this like index value as well over here, right? Which is nothing but like total number of records we have, right? Now, basically based on this, right, what we have to do, we have to fetch only those records whose value is equal to the median value, right? So in order to find the median value, since we know like our number of records are odd, so we will use this particular formula, right? But for that, like I will basically fetch just only average set score, which has like value is equal to median value of this particular data set, right? So in order to get the median value, we will use just this particular formula over here, right? So like this will behave as my inner query, right? And based on this, what I'm doing is I am selecting just average set score, right? So I'm like selecting average set score from this and from this particular query, right? And basically where, right? So where num is equal to, so basically where this like index number is equal to what? So basically we have to calculate this particular, or we have to implement this particular formula over here, right? So basically we have to like figure out only those number of records whose index value is equal to median value, right? So I'm using select count of count star, right? I am dividing that by 2, right? Since we have to basically add 1 over here, but on other hand, basically we can do rounding up as well, which will give us the like that even number over here, right? So for that, I'm using round, right? Round, and I am like basically rounding it up to complete decimal value, right? And since basically this will be like the number of records are odd, so basically what we have to do, we have to multiply it with 1.0, right? So for that, we will be able to get the integer value over here, right? And since like basically my number of records, like the output which we will be going to get, that could be like a whole number or like a decimal number. So for that, what I'm doing is I am casting it at into float, right? So yeah, so that like we will get decimal value as well, right? So this will be my like formula for median, right? And I will fetch this from set score, right? So yeah, let me just quickly check once like the brackets and all. So I think over here, this I will give it as the alias as t. Okay, I think, yeah, we are good. Let me just quickly run this query and we'll show you how it will look like. So I think there are some bracket issues. So let me just add this bracket over here, and one more bracket needs to be closed over here. Okay, so cool. I think like now I should run this particular query. Okay, so as we can see, basically for this, like I am getting like average set score as like 512, right? Let me just quickly show you like which number, like along with which number we are getting this particular average set score. So like which index number basically. So let me just quickly run this query. So as we can see, like index number is 68. So 135 divided by 2, our total number of records were like 135, right? So 135 divided by 2 will give us like nothing but 67.5, which is rounding up to 68, right? And for that, the average set score is like 512, right? Now I think like this like problem statement had became easy, right? Now what we have to do, we have to just fetch like set writing score whose average set score is nothing but 512, right? So now this entire query will become my inner query, right? And based on that, what I will do, I will fetch select student ID, right? Along with that, I will fetch like basically like we have to fetch just student ID only, right? So for that, I will use like select student ID from set scores, right? Where so basically what I have to do, I have to fetch only those student IDs whose average set score or like basically set writing score is nothing but is equal to this particular query, right? So basically whose set writing score is equal to this average set score or like median set score, right? So I will use where set writing in or set writing is equal to also we can use. So like this will be my inner query, right? And I will close the bracket over here. Okay. So let me just quickly explain you once again like what we are doing over here. So what I'm doing over here is like basically I'm fetching just like all those student IDs from like our original table whose set writing score is nothing but this average set score, right? Which we are getting from this inner query, right? So let me just quickly run this query and we'll show you how our output will look like. So I think there is some issue. Okay, got it. I think like there are some multiple conditions over here. That's why like it's not fetching up. So let me just quickly remove this num over here. And I think like now this particular query will give us one single value 512, which will basically like equate with set writing score over here, right? So now I will run this particular query and we will see like we got like these student IDs. So student ID 100, 109 and 113 are all those student IDs whose set writing score is equal to median average set average set score, right? So we can validate this as well. Let me just quickly run the original table. So and we will be able to see that from there where average set right score is equal to 512, right? We like as we can remember, like we were having that 512 number over here. So if I will run this particular query, let me just quickly run the entire thing all together. Okay, so when I'm running this, so as we can see, basically we got the student IDs over here, right? 100, 109 and 113. Over here also we have like 100, 109 and 113 whose set writing score like is equal to the median average set score, right? So yeah, like that we will be able to calculate median in SQL, right? That's all from my side. Hope you learned something new today. Thank you, one and all. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.